Oh. Oh, hello. Is this okay? I guess we're gonna do a video. I don't really have anything planned, but okay, you'll feed me lines. Oh, all right. Okay. We'll do that. All right. Great. Let's go. It's Thanksgiving today in the US. Well, it's also celebrated in Canada and Germany and Grenada and Liberia and St. Lucia, but I think on different days. Huh. Thanksgiving is really just like a harvest festival with a different name. But I mean, it's also like a time to reflect and think about the things that you're thankful for. So, today I want to talk about some of the things that I'd like to see implemented into Heroes of Middle Earth, and also I want to take some time to shout out some people that I'm thankful for, and then I want to talk to you about the future of this channel and where I'd like to see it go. I think that's kind of important for you to know or for me to communicate to you. So, all right, let's go. Okay, that was kind of rude, but okay. First, I want to talk about things that I want added to the game, and I want to start with a few characters that I think I would personally like to see. The first character is Tom Bombadil. Now, Tom Bombadil was not in the movies, but he was a prominent and powerful character in the novels. If you play Galaxy of Heroes, you probably know a lot about the Wampa. The Wampa is a character that is meant to be a solo and fight off teams of 5. And I think Tom Bombadil could fill that same role here in Heroes of Middle Earth. I've also seen a lot of people asking for King Theoden, and I think King Theoden would be a cool addition as a legendary. Maybe not this King Theoden, but a more stout and pronounced King Theoden as a legendary who requires Rohan. As long as he does not look like this.
You have no power here.
My next thought would be on like Azog. Now, we know that the next legendary character is from The Hobbit, but we don't know who it is.
You sure about that? You sure about that? That's why? You sure it wasn't because after the thing that happened to me, no one could look at me without dying laughing?
And of course there is the possibility that it is Azog.
You sure about that?
I would be very upset as I have been farming dwarves for Thorin, but nonetheless, it would be nice to get a 5th person to round out that Misty Mountain squad. The next one is a little weird, I guess. Not really, but I think it would be cool to have a 5-man squad of Istari, right? Of course, led by Saruman, you know, before he became a little But, you know, Gandalf the Grey, Radagast the Brown, and then there are, of course, 2 other wizards that have never been introduced. And, like, how cool would it be if, you know, working with CG could introduce these new wizards? They could make history. I mean, that's a great opportunity for them, and it could bring people to the game. But I just think it would be cool to see a 5-man squad of Istari. And if not, then even just like introducing Saruman and Radagast as in a team of 3 with Gandalf the Grey would be like freaking cool, right? And then the last thing I want to see in terms of characters is I want to see a lot of these like 3-man teams that have been coming out get completed into, you know, 5-man squads. Like Balin's Expedition, fill it in with, I don't know, a couple more elves, or you could even throw in a couple of the dwarves from Thorin's company. And then there is, of course, the Dol Guldur is just coming out, and I mean, you could, you know, get the Necromancer to lead, and then either get another Easterling or another of the Nazgul. That would also work. And then someone who's been in the game from the beginning is the Dunlending. They are a 3-man squad right now. I don't know anybody that's really built them up. I have Edric because he's a decent substitute on the Isengard squad, but other than that, I just, I think completing that squad might make them pretty good. And then I kind of want to go into some more general things that I want to see in the game. And the first thing I want to see is I'd really like to be able to, update my own time settings. That's just not a feature in the game. And I've seen it in my cluster in terms of people moving and needing to change their time zone and not being able to. And then for me, daylight savings just happened here in where I live in the U.S. So having everything pushed, forward an hour it's kind of hard to keep up with when I'm also playing Galaxy of Heroes. So now the times were kind of in sync, but now they're an hour off from each other. So it's a little weird. So the ability to update time settings, even if it's just twice a year for daylight savings, would be really appreciated. I mentioned a few weeks back that I think Smaug would be a really cool raid boss, and I'm sticking to that. I think that they could and should make a raid out of Smaug. Now, I don't know what the 4 chapters would be. I suppose that the last chapter could take place in the Lake Town, and where you kill Smaug. But I just think it would be it's a waste of an opportunity if they don't make Smaug either into a large playable character, which he's huge even by a large character standards, or make him into a raid boss. It's so cool. The idea is so cool to me. In the same vein as a raid, I actually got a suggestion in my suggestion box. Thank you. It was sent in anonymously. They want to see, and I also would like to see this, is an auto raid attempt, right? Just take your score from the last time you played that chapter. That would be really cool to see. I think that there are ways to balance it so it's not overpowered. Maybe if you max out a difficulty, then you can auto that team on that chapter in the next raid. Or maybe there's a certain number of autos per chapter or per raid. There are ways to balance it. Let the players have a win on this one, That same person also in that suggestion said that they would like to be able to see the number of attempts left on a character in the character screen, like the wide inventory screen, how many attempts they have left to farm that character's shards. I don't disagree with this. I think it could make that screen look a little more cluttered, but I don't think it's a bad idea. And they also wanted to have fewer clicks to auto-farm a character. And again, I actually think that's a great idea. I think maybe in the character screen itself, instead of going to find that character and then having to scroll and hit auto, maybe just put the auto button right there on the character screen would be really cool to see. And then, of course, some ideas for PvP, starting with mounted combat. Mounted combat could be a little difficult. I don't really know how mounted combat would work. I know that there are characters that are pretty well known for being mounted fighters. The question is whether or not you can get enough characters to be mounted fighters in a way that makes sense. The equivalent is fleets in Galaxy of Heroes. But, fleets make sense because there are factions and there are flagships and whatnot. It's kind of a more difficult sell in a setting like Lord of the Rings. But it would be cool to see, and I think they could do it. Of course, I think we know that the multi-team PvP is coming. I've heard rumors that it is probably going to replace the regular arena. I don't know why. You can have squad arena and also a multi-team PvP. Those are two very, very different game modes, and they should be kept separate. But multi-team PvP, let's get on it. am really excited to dig into like what teams are hard counters for other teams. Who is the counter for Elrond? It's Haradrim, you know, and like who counters Isengard and Haradrim? I mean, like Balin would be a pretty hard counter for those guys. So the multi-team PvP, just for my theory brain, I cannot wait, and obviously we know it's coming. So maybe what I want to see is an update in terms of when is that game mode coming. Is it this year, or is it Q1 of 2024? I don't know. I would like to know. And the last thing I want to see is, of course, Guild Wars. Now, they will have to release the multi-team PvP first, but I mean, I love my guild, and I'm proud of my guild, and I'm just excited to get those guys into a guild war to see how we can compare to, you know, the teams around us in terms of power rankings. And Guild Wars is a great way to do that. Next, I want to talk about some of the people that have helped me on my journey that I am thankful for. So, the first person that I am thankful for is my girlfriend. She is unbelievably beautiful. She's incredibly intelligent. She is funny. She is creative. And she is unapologetically passionate. And I love that about her. And she, you know, she puts up with all of this. There are days where I spend 14, 16 straight hours editing these videos. So, I appreciate her, and I love her. I'm not sure if she wants me to actually share her social media or anything, but if she does, it'll be down in the description. So, please go follow her everywhere. There are a couple of content creators that I want to thank. First being Swag. You guys probably know Swag. You've probably seen his videos. He's been extremely supportive in my journey to creating YouTube videos. I don't know if I'd be sitting here in front of a camera if it weren't for him. So thank you, Swag. And then there is a Night Hunter. I've had a little bit less interaction with Night Hunter, but when I reached out to him about goblins, almost an immediate reply, and just one of the nicest guys that I think I've ever talked to online. So thank you, Night Hunter, for everything you've done, and I would love to return the favor at some point. You're probably already following Swag and Night Hunter, but just in case, the links to their channels are going to be in the description. Absolutely, please go follow these guys. I am, of course, very thankful to my green screen. Oh, yeah. Of course, man. No problem. Oh, well, that's very nice of you to say. Wow. Yeah, really great guy, my green screen. I want to talk about my my guild, starting with Xanth. In our cluster server, he goes by Dwight. He has been one of the most supportive people to my YouTube channel as well as my Twitch channel. If you've ever been on my Twitch stream, he's probably there, so I can't thank him enough. Then I'd like to highlight my guild officers, Celindis, Demonic, and Skizdog. You guys have allowed me to take a break once in a while. I would have gone insane without these guys, so thank you guys. You're doing great. Keep up the great work. Please don't leave me. And of course, my guild members. I'm not gonna make this video without shouting out my guild members. We've been through a lot, and that is a story that I am not gonna tell in a video, probably. You guys have stuck with me, and I genuinely cannot thank you enough. Genuinely, keep up the great work, and let's keep on getting better. If you are looking for a guild in Lord of the Rings, Heroes of Middle-earth, head over to discord.gg/homecluster. It'll pop up here on the screen, and I'm also going to put a link in the description. We are a community of over 700 people now, and we're always growing, and we'd love to have you if you are looking for a guild. And listen, I am thankful for CG. I know I talk a lot of crap on CG sometimes. I know what you're thinking. You're not gonna farm to beat. And I hear you. I'm not either. But they are actually, I think, doing a good job. They have fixed a lot of the big issue bugs that were present when the game released. They continue to add characters that I am excited about, and they continue to maintain a great line of communication with the community. And what more can you ask for from, a game developer? Obviously, we can't get everything we want right away. This stuff takes time. It's a process. I really do appreciate everything that you are doing, CG. I think it feels to me like you guys are pretty passionate about Lord of the Rings. So that's exciting, and I'm excited to see what you guys bring in the future. Maybe some of the stuff I mentioned earlier. But, of course, I am very thankful for my editor. It's no problem, man. Actually, I think you do a great job in front of the camera, too, so... Yeah, man. It's no problem, buddy. Of course. I don't know how to edit. I don't know how that guy does it, to be honest, so... Thank you to my editor. And then last, but absolutely not least, you guys. I'm so thankful. You, right now, you watching this video right now. Yes, even you, Donald. I thought that I was going to upload these videos and they were going to get 5 or 6 views. I was doing this because it's kind of been a dream of mine to break into the YouTube space just for fun. So I didn't expect to get quite the reception that I've gotten. I really appreciate you watching this video, especially if you've made it this far. I get a lot of really nice comments and I love to read those comments. But thank you, really, for watching, liking, subscribing, and commenting. It really, really means a lot to me. Next, I want to talk about the future of this channel. In the works, I have a raid video. It's going to be a pretty long video that just goes into as much detail as I can about the raid. And if you actually have any suggestions for that, absolutely use the suggestion box on my links page. Also, a video series. It's meant for people who don't know what a gacha game is. I think it's important, not just for CG, but for us as the community, for this game to always continue growing. And I think my part of that is going to be giving an introduction to new players. Along the way, I of course want to feature as many different content creators as I can, because a stronger content creator community is just better for everyone involved. For the content creators, for the players and viewers, and it's better for CG. It helps build up hype for CG. And that's what we're here to do. There are some other things that I want to work on. A series of, I want to reach out to the data miners and talk to them. I really want to start a weekly series that goes over everything that happened over the course of the week, going over if any dev updates were released during the week, any new characters were released, things like that. So those are 2 ideas for a series of videos that I have. So, alright, this video has a lot of fluff, so I think we can probably go ahead and end it. Thank you for watching. Thank you again to everybody that I mentioned, and all those that I forgot to mention, I apologize, but thank you. Yeah, so please like this video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I would love to actually hit 100 subscribers by the end of the year. And leave a comment letting me know what you're thankful for. Let me know what you think. What do you want to see from CG in the coming year? So, thank you again. Of course, hit up my suggestion box if you have any. Follow me on Twitch, please. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Celebration of the harvest. Oh. Balance exposition. Balance exposition? What the hell? We have made gains in the raid by the millions, week over week. Next, I want to talk about the things that I am, I don't know if I should name her or not. I'm missing my cape. But that's okay. I don't need the cape. I thank you again to everybody that I mentioned.